Look at that beauty. All right, back to the running.
Alright, so I just woke up, sipping my water. I will take just a short bike ride out to the woods, and then I will go for a run. I don't know, maybe 2 hours run in the woods. It might not be that far, but it's very technical and demanding trails, so you get your workout on anyways. It's the time spent in the heart rate zone that matters. So, cheers! Alright, so I finished my 1 liter or 1 quart of water, and I put on a lot of clothes. Some days I just feel like sweating a lot, and then I will just dress up double, triple layers, both pants, sweaters and stuff, and I just go out and run and have fun and sweat.
Alright, there it is. My old steel wire and tape repaired bike. It's not a beauty, it's not a road racer, but it's a bike and it works. Alright, let's go. So I really make it a point to spend most of my time training in zone 2. And right now on these kind of soft gravel roads, quite steep uphill, that means going really slow. My legs are feeling a bit tired though, my back from the previous strength workouts, so I notice my heart rate is going up a bit higher than usual. Also, I did not eat anything today. I ate enough yesterday to fill my glycogen stores, and I really prefer to work out on an empty stomach. Quite a bit of up and down on these trails, so it's really beautiful and really good training. So to train smart on the uphills like this, I have to stop and walk to stay in zone 2, increasing my aerobic capacity, increasing the number of mitochondria in the cells, increasing the ability to burn fat as fuel. Increasing the aerobic capacity will also benefit me when entering more anaerobic power output or effort level. So it's really important. And I used to think that it was so boring to run this slow, but I realized that if I'm gonna do this, if I'm gonna actually train to get better and not just to have fun, I'm gonna have to learn to like to go slow. I'm gonna learn to have fun doing the slow, easy runs, slow, easy bike rides. Because if I don't, if I just keep training in my fun zone, like zone 3, right between zone 2 and 4, it's not completely worthless, but when you have gained some good fitness, zone 3 training is to a large extent waste of time. You will not increase your aerobic capacity, and you will not increase your anaerobic capacity. So when you have gotten to your max, so to speak, in terms of cardiovascular performance, like your heart strength, the number and the size of your blood vessels, that zone 3 training is going to be useless. Also, when you train harder, you cannot train as much. If you go for zone 2 training, you will be able to spend a lot more time training and get more benefits. So when it comes to the zone training, to get the most out of your training and to train smart, what is it all about? Well, it's not really that clear cut how to do everything or how to calculate your zones and stuff. I will put a link in the description below to a document that I have compiled. It's a spreadsheet that can help you calculate your heart rate zones. You can start with your age and gender, although that is quite misleading actually, because maximum heart rate does not vary with age. It varies with fitness level. So it's not actually your max heart rate, then it's the maximum that you can achieve at this point, which is of course not your biological maximum heart rate. Anyways, these formulas to calculate based on age, it's just kind of some kind of median number you get based on age and gender, and it's kind of average for general population, and it is incredibly inaccurate. Your heart rate does not go down with age, it goes down with decreased fitness level. And so for most people it goes down with age, but that is only because they don't stay in shape. They don't work out, they eat like crap, or they work out really a lot and hard and still eat like shit and get unhealthy, and so will not be able to perform the way their body is supposed to be able to perform. What you can do in terms of measurements is, of course, you can measure your max heart rate, but this is difficult. This is really hard. This is throw up, want to die, kind of passing out effort level. When you approach your max heart rate, you will not be smiling and talking. When you stop, you will lie down. You will not take in much of what's going on around you, and the only thing you will do is breathe and rest, recover. So that one is a bit tough. Therefore, sure, start with an age calculated max heart rate. It will be kind of close to your actual max, or more likely it will actually be quite a lot lower. For some, it might actually be higher than your actual max heart rate, because it varies a lot, and it basically comes down to the size of your heart and things like that. Like my heart, I guess it's pretty small, because I measured the max heart rate of, shit, I went the wrong way, I'm supposed to go up here. I measured a max heart rate of 197 at the end of a 13.4k tough running race in the mountains. And I measured 197. That's almost 200. My heart rate was still rising when I stopped, when I crossed the finish line. So most people will never get that high. Some people will get to 200 easily. Of course, not many people will do that, but still. Some people will max out at 180. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that you adjust your training to your level of fitness, your heart rate training zones, and therefore to your max heart rate and resting heart rate. Of course, this is much easier to measure. Resting heart rate, just in the morning when you wake up, lie down on the couch in the bed, take it easy, try to relax and measure your heart rate. Almost took a swim there. Ah, cute little squirrel. You seem agitated. You have a baby around? All right, I'll get going. Cute little bugger. So for me, with a max heart rate of 197 or somewhere around there, that's what I've used. I think it's pretty accurate. And a resting heart rate of 52. That leaves me with a heart rate zone 2 that is from 139 beats per minute to 152 beats per minute. Right now I'm actually a bit over that, so I'm just gonna cool down a bit. Anyway, so with all the strength training and the hill running at high intensity, moderate to high intensity a couple of days ago, plus the bicycling I'm doing, my heart rate is difficult to keep down at the low level where I want it. I'm not focusing on the speed, I'm focusing on just doing the smart training, keeping my heart rate in the right zone, getting it done. See, the last kilometer was 9 minutes and 30 seconds. That's a very slow kilometer for me, that is. But on these trails, under these conditions, in the condition that I am in today, it's the way it is. And I just keep my heart rate in the right zone for long-term benefit and smart training. Alright, let's go. Slowing down on the uphill. Increasing again when it flattens out. Never worrying about the speed, but keeping the effort level more or less constant. Pretty nice, huh? Alright, that was a nice 2-hour 36-minute run. It was one of those days where I have to go a bit extra slow to keep my heart rate down. I got 519 meters accumulated ascent and burnt about 925 calories. Only 15.9 kilometers, like 16 kilometers. Not very far, but it's quite technical and demanding trails, so I look at the time as that 2.5 hours in zone 2 base building. Really nice. Okay, let's jump on the bike and go home and eat. 145, 146. I guess that's my kind of sweet spot. Very easy going.
All right, I had a nice run and 2 short bike rides to and from. I spent about 1,200 calories, which is quite a bit, so I need to eat. Unfortunately, these bananas are not as ripe as I like them, but it's gonna have to do. What you're gonna do? You're gonna eat what you have. And I'm not gonna run to the store and buy some rice to cook or whatever. That's nonsense. I'd rather eat a bit not perfectly ripe bananas, for example, or raisins or dates. I got some good dates here too. Anyways, that was a good run. I managed to stay in my zone 2, but I had to keep the speed a bit down, the effort a bit down. It was one of those days. Anyways, you go raw, stay raw, and you keep on keeping on.
I managed to eat like 15 of those bananas. They're sitting pretty hard and heavy in the tummy, so I couldn't manage more in one go. But I brought 10 more, so I'll be fine.